Well, that duck blind was not very exciting. One of the reasons I think this is not the duck season in this part of the country, you usually see ducks around here during the fall months. Now, obviously, we're at February right now, so not a lot of waterfowl, not a lot of wildlife, period, out here right now. So we will continue following the green blazes and see where we go. It's more a lichen-covered tree. It's about the most exciting thing I've seen out here so far, life-wise. It is a really good concept, but it's not really working very well this time of year. You have some kind of fence over here, I guess, to keep you out of the creek. I did come across something that's interesting. They're a very large dog or some other animal. This is probably deer tracks, is my guess. There would be deer out here. Basically, I'm not going through. It's a little swampy here, but I'm not really going through. So you got to have some sort of fairly short, sharp hooves to make these, which you can see there. So that's a pretty good sized deer. They are. It's too big to be most dogs. It'd be a St. Bernard or something if it's a dog. I don't think so. But that's exciting. You can see here. Brings out my inner Sherlock Holmes. I wonder where he came from and where he went, or she. You can see they go all the way up the trail here. One reason they would be here is you have a lake on one side and this fence on the other. So, of course, a place like this, they can jump the fence, get through there, and deer can get across that, but still deer tracks in here. Maybe we'll see Bambi in a minute. More swamp. Ah, somebody built a bridge here. Brilliant. It's my first creek fording on my hike. And I just busted my ass. First rule of creek fording: don't try to take pictures with an iPod while you do it. You will bust your butt, which is what I did. But I saw there's a vlogger named Hawk on there, and he was doing the same exact thing the other day, walking along with his camera, and just fell and busted it. And he put up a sign that said, "Don't worry, no hikers were injured in the making of this video." That's what I'll have to do. But anyway, didn't even get too wet. Did get my shoes a little muddy, but we'll live. let's head on up the trail and see what's out there. This is interesting. Looks like lightning hit this pine tree. Yeah. Okay, we've arrived at the other duck blind, as it were. Let's go in and check this one out and see if it's any different. And also you can see apparently deer walking right up to it. You can see the tracks there. Those are big tracks. Like the stairs collapsed back there and they put up new ones. They do look new. Pretty much the same thing. Got a broom like the other one had. Can wipe off my shoes once more. See if the view is any better or any different. And there is a duck, the first one of the day. I don't know if you can see him from here. Don't know if that was a duck. There it is. Duck is fishing, evidently. See him about right. I don't know if I can point to him on here. Just in front of the, about there. Keeps going down, coming back up, so he's obviously doing a little fishing. Well, we have more. We have visitors. Visitors from the east. A couple more ducks over here. I don't know if you can see them or not. There's a whole gaggle of them. I don't know, is it a gaggle of, it's a gaggle of geese, but of ducks coming off the shore over here. Now I'm looking, you can see directly across from here is where we were in the other duck blind. Over here, you can see them swim, maybe you can see them swimming in formation. Now here. I don't know if it's not showing up so well on my screen, but I don't want to drop this. They're right there. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 2 more out here. 1 more over here. All right. So we've had a successful hike. I have seen ducks. Only fallen once and saw ducks. That was a successful hike. This whole thing with 2 miles here or 3 either way is probably an 8 to 10 mile hike, once, assuming I make it back. You know, Wampus cat out there that's leaving the big footprints doesn't get me. I have a friend that always tells me, he says, well, when you find Bigfoot, and it's like, man, there's no Bigfoot on the East Coast. Bigfoot's a West Coast creation. My understanding is they have Wampus cats in North Carolina, which is supposed to be a breed between a cougar and a bobcat or something like that. It's this mythical cat. There are actually football teams, high school football teams in North Carolina called the Wampus cats. See if you can see those 3 right there. Well, we have another bridge crossing here. Interesting. It's interesting because it crosses really more of a swamp, looks like, than actual creek. It's not moving water at all. It's the kind of place snakes enjoy. And here's the sign that says parking before we get to this house. Not much of a access egress type area, but oh, I have my first uphill. Let's hope it's better than the first water crossing I did and I don't fall and bust something. Mostly this camera. Again, an old tire. This is where we came in at. Lafayette, we are back. The old chimney there. Burnt out house. My father used to say about the volunteer fire department. Yeah, they're out there, got to save another chimney. It's about all they could do. Not a lot of resources in rural Alabama to put out fires in the country. Okay, I'm going to take a little break here, sit down, see if I can find a drink of water, and then head back. The 3-mile trek back to the library, and I will holler at you when I hit the Mexican restaurant. Talk to you later.